testing out a new option as far as this streaming stuff goes. So I'm just checking to see if this thing is on and if y'all can hear me clearly. Because the fact of the matter is we've got so much going on right now, not just here where I live in the city of Rochester, but all across our nation. Far too long have we been dealing with different issues in our government, and it seems as though nothing is being addressed whatsoever. And it's very concerning. And I know a lot of people are concerned no matter where you live in the country, you're seeing stuff and things seem like stuff's getting worse. Things seem like, okay, well, we're seeing a little bit of progress, maybe on the federal level, but really impacting us directly at home on the ground, we're not seeing it. And we're like, well, what's going to happen? You look at things like the federal government, Congress is completely all tore up. They're useless. I don't know why why people get so excited about these people in Congress and they're like, "Oh, the Democrats, oh, the Republicans, neither do anything." They don't do a lick of spit. And it's very frustrating when we have elected officials that are in office, that are in Congress, that are supposed to serve us, that are supposed to serve our interests. And many of them have even either completely written us off as citizens or they've become out there supporting illegal aliens. And that to me is reprehensible. I don't know about you. Share this video, spread the word, do what you can because we got to have these type of talks. And it's important because I'm a staunch conservative. Okay, I believe in traditional values. I believe in the foundations of our nation. I believe in pretty much everything that makes America America. But right now, I'm very concerned because I don't see many people standing up for conservative values. And whenever I see somebody that appears to be conservative or something or standing on business, a lot of the time they get pushed aside or told to shut up or pushed so that they're basically silenced. And this is a serious issue, but it's something that all of us can see. And I don't even know where that is in the Democrat Party at all. It's as though nobody tries to challenge what's going on inside the Democrat Party. It's like the Democrats that have the loudest voices do the most damage to their own constituents. We look at what's going on right now in many blue states, like my state. What do we got? A whole bunch of illegal aliens running all around. Illegals here, illegals there, illegals everywhere. And what's being done about it? Nothing. We get elected officials that are out there that are screaming, oh, well, we should be nice to them. We should take care of them. We should this, we should that. When in the meantime, our own citizens are outside starving. We've got people that need medical assistance on the street while we've got illegal aliens that get medical treatment for free. Now you'll say, oh, well, Marcus, that's not happening. That's not happening. Well, I don't know where you live, but I promise you that's happening right here where I live in Rochester, in New York. And people don't want to talk about it. The other day I had my state senator, Jeremy Cooney, was out at he was out there in front of the federal building protesting because they took illegal alien. He's like, oh, this person, that person, they should have done that, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, dude, he's not even your constituent. Like, didn't you take an oath? Do you not know how the Constitution of the United States works? Like, you represent us, the citizens. They're not citizens. They've got their own representatives for good, bad, or indifferent in their country, whatever land they're from. But you are a senator, not just for my area, but for my state, and you are supposed to represent our citizens. And it's like these people don't care. They don't care at all about us. And again, this is a Democrat right here, right? But also, there's areas where Republicans are not too dissimilar. Thankfully, we do have some that are willing to stand up and say, hey, this issue with these illegal aliens, it's a bad problem, and we need to really start to address it. But let's be honest, what is being done about that? We've got some deportations going on, but they're still collecting Social Security. Many of them are still collecting other services like SNAP, and people are like, oh, well, they're not getting them. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We've already found that. Okay. And New York State, for one, is giving out a ton of it to them. And they got called on their shenanigans. And the federal government was like, well, give us the records in relation to it. If you don't know about SNAP, the federal government provides 100% of SNAP. But if the state has higher than, I believe it is a 12%, excuse me, yeah, 12%, I believe it's 12%, 12% error rate, then the government cuts it by 15%. But our error rate in New York State is above 15%. Okay. So you won't give them the records on where the money is going, but you want more money for the programs, but you won't kick off the illegal aliens and you won't give them the records so that they can actually resource where the money is. Okay. But then when the federal government is like, okay, well, we'll only pay 85% of that as far as SNAP goes, you're like, oh, well, no, you should pay 100% of it, even though we're giving it away wrong and we're giving it to people who shouldn't have it. And we know that we've got higher than a 12% error rate, and we're just going to keep giving it out anyway. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? Like, let's be honest. Really, what are we doing? And this is our nation, and we have to ask ourselves, if this is what's going on right now, where are we going in the future? And I'm going to tell you where we're going in the future. And I don't want to paint a dark, dim, bleak picture of the future, but if we don't get people in the state houses in different states that are going to stand up, if we don't get people in Congress that are going to stand up, we're looking at a very serious turmoil coming up very soon. If the Democrats take control of the House and Congress again, we're done. We're done as a nation because they're pushing socialist stuff so hard that it's going to collapse everything. Our systems are already under so much stress because we've got the illegal aliens here, because Social Security has continued to be mismanaged and is now being given to the illegals, but because Medicaid is continued to be taken advantage of by the companies that are supposed to fulfill the Medicaid and Medicare stuff. But none of this is talked about. None of it's talked about. It's all taboo to talk about. But if you look at what's going on, the Social Security Trust is set to be out of money by 2032. What are we doing to address that? Can we talk about that? No, because if you talk about that, you're a bad person. Don't talk about that. The only thing that we have that's solvent, even a little bit, is the what do you call it? The Disability Trust, which is only good for till 2040, maybe 2050. I believe it's 2040 though. But that's the only one that's really out there a little ways. We got a ton of issues we need to start addressing immediately from the congressional level, but it's not happening. Then we look at the state level, look like where I am in New York State. They've got all of these issues where they're making it more difficult for you to own cattle. That's crazy to me. If you own cattle, you can now only have so many cattle. That's ridiculous. What is going on there? Okay. And they're like, oh, well, it's the environment, cow farts and stuff, and you need to now tag the animals differently and do all of this extra stuff. Ba da 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 da. And I'm like, really? And people wonder why the price of meat is going up. And they'll say, oh, well, it's Trump, it's this, it's that. No, it's the state level issues as far as regulations and as far as what they're doing to our farmers that are making things go bad for us. But nobody wants to speak on those issues. We got to speak on those issues because nobody else is going to do it. And this is a serious detrimental problem. When will we as the people have the courage to stand up? It's got to be sooner rather than later because later isn't promised. And at the rate that we're going, there won't be a later. I honestly believe very firmly that if something doesn't happen before this next midterm election, very seriously, we're going to lose the election. And what's going to end up happening is the Democrats will take power. They'll push more socialist policies that'll set us back 30, 40 more years, make it more difficult for people to own homes, make the cost of energy even more unaffordable. And we're going to continue this same march down this terrible path. Now, if we get more Republicans in the House and in Congress, I'd pray that they do the right thing. But we even had a gentleman, his name is Tim Burchett, and he's in the House of Representatives. He's a Republican. He's a very good guy. I like him a lot. And he did an interview the other day in which he said it's the Republicans and the Democrat. No, nobody is doing nothing. They don't really care. They're more happy to just go and vote on the names for post offices and stuff like that. And I know he's not lying at all. But that's a big issue. And why aren't they addressing our problems every day? And they're like, oh, everybody is like, hurry up and wait. Oh, this election, that election, this election, that. No, y'all are in office now. Do something. Do something now. You're in office now. Why aren't you doing anything? Congress is useless. Then they want to get up and run for re-election next year. None of them, Democrat or Republican, are doing anything. What are they doing? Nothing. The Republicans right now, they have the House and they have the Senate. What are they doing? Nothing. Then cry about, oh, well, the Democrats need to help them and vote on stuff. Okay, figure out how to make that happen. Put some pressure on them. You understand? Like, these people are so, everything is so teamified in Congress right now. Everybody's like, oh, my team, the Republicans, the Democrats. If it's my team, it can do no wrong. Then the Democrats were just in office with a supermajority in the House of Representatives. They had a majority in the Senate. And you explain to me what the Democrats did except destroy our nation during Joe Biden's administration. Name three things. If you can drop three major things inside the comments right now, but you can't really. You can say, oh, well, the Build Back Better bill or whatever. Where's that money? What happened with that money? Did it really get used or spent appropriately? I've seen all of these signs up, gold presidents, Biden's money, this, that, and the third for infrastructure and stuff like that. First of all, it wasn't Biden's doing for the infrastructure bill. That's a whole separate conversation. We're not going to go through that and rehash that noise. But the fact of the matter is nothing's being done. That got done, and what else? Nothing. Joe Biden told me he was going to cure cancer 10 years from now, like 20 years ago. I don't know, whenever Obama was president. Like, he told me that was going to happen. Nothing ever happened there. So these people that are in these offices, these high-level offices, they continue to lie. Why? Because they're not being held accountable. And they distract you with the other side. The other side is doing this. The other side is doing that. It's the enemy team. It's the opposing team. And in the meanwhile, who suffers? The American people. And nothing gets done in Congress. And this is why I encourage everybody to get active locally, because you can make a real difference locally. Okay? You can go to city council meeting or school board meeting or fire district, whatever, county ledge, whatever. Okay, find something that you're interested locally, get involved locally, go to some of the meetings, see what it's about. Because what we've got to start doing as a nation, as a collective whole of citizenry, is start to stand up locally. All of this stuff starts off locally. We're getting a serious march to totalitarian super surveillance in our nation. They're pushing this digital ID nonsense. They're pushing this nonsense with digital currency. Oh, we need a digital dollar. They're pushing all of this stuff for more surveillance. Just the other day, my sheriff said, oh, well, we're going to network all of the license plate readers together with all of the surveillance cameras and all of the drones and all of this and all of that. And I'm like, absolutely not. We don't need more government surveillance on that level. Like, this is a very serious issue. Can we even talk about it? And the answer is no, because they don't want you to talk about it. But that's why we have to, and we have to push forward. Because if not us, then who? If not now, then when? And I ask you, I got to kind of tap the microphone, like tap, 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 tap. Are y'all there? Are y'all listening to me? Can you hear me? Can you dig it? We got to get active. We got to get active, because nobody else is going to do it but us. And we got to start meeting other people that are like-minded individuals, forming small groups to go to the different meetings, whether it's school board or whether it's city council or whatever, because everybody can't do everything, right? Like, I mostly focus on city council where I am, but some other people might be interested in school board. Some other people might be interested in county ledge. But it's got to be up to us to encourage more people to get active and get involved. We have to. Now more than ever, because the impact that needs to be made most is the impact on the local level, because that's where you can really effectuate change. And people, you got to understand, it's not just when it comes to voting. It's not just when it comes to voting. It's all of the other times when people are already in office when you can hold them accountable. It's very simple, it's very important. When people are in office, it is up to you to hold them accountable. Okay, not just during election season. Drop some comments, hit the share button, you guys. This is the type of important conversation we need to have. And I really hope you guys are hearing me because we need more people that are willing to listen. Right now, one of our biggest issues facing our nation and specifically the Republican Party, I know many places all over, is we got a whole bunch of chiefs and not enough Indians. And that's a serious problem. Everybody wants to be the big boss on top, but people don't want to actually go through the time, go through the energy to actually get there. And everybody thinks that they're so right about everything, but they know so much that isn't true. They know so much that isn't so, to quote Ronald Reagan, or is that Nixon? I believe that's Reagan. You know, but this is a problem. It's a serious problem. We've got people that are inside the Republican Party that are actively working against good conservatives, good people with real traditional values. And what do we see from it as the citizens? Nothing. Nothing gets done. Continuously a bunch of nothing. And like I said, this is why we have to focus local, where we can reach out and touch somebody, where we can actually engage with our elected officials. Because the federal level, all the way in DC, that's not likely to happen. Look at these clowns in there right now. Trump's been in office almost a year, right? Like we're coming up on a 1 year anniversary. What have they done that you can say on the ground where you live right now has improved the quality of life where you live? You know? And the answer is not too terribly much because that level of government doesn't really affect a lot of stuff that's right on the ground where you live. And this is what we have to understand. Most of our issues are being distracted with the federal government, with the president, no matter who it is at the time. We're being distracted by that so that the local people that are our local elected officials can get off without having to address any of the very serious issues, which should be in their wheelhouse to address. And this is why we have to stand up. It's also why we have to push forward. in the budget. School board does the school stuff. If you guys want to get involved with that and see how they're educating the kids, if you want to get involved with fire districts, some of you guys have fire district meetings. They've got other boards, planning boards, and this and that. And if you're a registered Republican, maybe join your local county or city or town committee. These are important things that we can do that are at the lowest level of government where we can actually make a difference. And that's what I want to encourage you is the way forward. And have heart. Don't feel terrified of what the future is going to bring. Just have faith in the Lord, our Savior, Jesus Christ, and the Lord, our Father in heaven. Okay? We can make a real difference, but we have to stand up now. I'll catch you guys later. Remember, stand up, speak up, and don't shut up. And I'm going to figure out what's going on with this camera and stuff next time. We're trying a new streaming thing. It doesn't seem like it's working the way I want to, but we're going to keep working at it. Okay? Peace.